Well, we had a day looking around at the river run event. Mostly the stuff was all in hotels, and that got boring pretty fast, and I wanted to go see Oatman, and so we're taking a ride up there now. This is part of old Route 66. It's not very far. It's only about 30 minutes, 35 minutes away, I think, is how much video I got shot here. We were in Needles, and I believe it was going to rain in Needles or something. I don't know I don't remember exactly what we did, but we were heading up that way. It was interesting because I was there in Needles, and you could see way off in the background there was a mountain, and it was just a pointy mountain sticking up in the middle of nowhere, and I thought that'd be interesting to go see that mountain. And sure enough, we went to Oatman, and we went right behind that little pointy mountain. I tried to get a shot of it at the very end, but I was at the wrong side of it. This here's like always, it's kind of boring, just a road going by. But to anybody that hasn't seen this area, it's pretty fascinating. Old Route 66 had a lot of dips and everything in it, and there are a lot of dry washes and things, sometimes 200 or 300 yards long, that cross the road, and when it rains up there, you get flash floods. And so you got to be careful on some of these dips and stuff in the road, because they can't keep all the sand out of it. On a car, you'd never even notice there's sand there. But on a motorcycle, particularly on any kind of a curve or something that's not a dead flat surface, sand is a real nightmare. You'll just be driving along and down you go, and you don't even have time to get your feet out. But it had been raining there, and you can see the clouds up there in front of us. They have all passed by. It takes us about 10 or 15 miles here before we actually get to the turnoff. And I'll try to narrate this a little more on down the road as my video and audio are not syncing up real good. here somewhere. We're going to get off of the, I think this is called the Needles Highway. It was about a 55-mile-an-hour road, and we're going to make a left up here. Oatman's off to our left, about 20 miles off this road, and then we actually start into the old Route 66. I don't know if this Needles Highway here was part of the old Route 66 or not. I think maybe little pieces of it were, but Route 66 was a two-lane blacktop road, and it's pretty obvious we got a pretty good sized road here. It's funny, there was a big old giant schoolhouse right out there in the middle of nowhere. You see that school bus coming by, just out in the middle of nowhere. And I remember that when I was growing up, that's the way we went to school. Schoolhouse was a long ways from anything. And you had a horse, you'd ride a horse to school if you're lucky. And if you didn't, then you walked or got there however. And I was pretty lucky as a kid because I always had some sort of a little motor scooter or something. Yeah, we're turning here now. This is part of the original Route 66, and those mountains you can see up there in front of us, that's basically where Oatman is. You'll see more of it as we get through here, and the closer we got up into the mountains, the more twisty the road was. And interesting enough, you know, over 40 years ago, this is the only way you could make it to LA, was over that over this mountain. I'll narrate a little bit more a little later on. Here you can kind of see that mountain I was talking about there, just to the right. It's from this angle, it's a big old steep pointy mountain. And unfortunately, when I took my picture of it, we were just to the left of it. It doesn't look near as spectacular from that view as it does from here. But I was getting more and more excited. I didn't realize where we were going. The day before, I was admiring that mountain way out there, thinking, man, I'd sure like to go out there and see that. And the closer we got to it, the more excited I got. I thought, man, we're going to get close to the mountain, and little did I know that we're going behind that mountain. and it doesn't really look that far away right here, but we're probably still 20 miles from the mountain. And you can see the clouds out there. The rain has been blowing through and passing, and we really didn't get rained on, but of course we had internet and everything, and we're the night before and looking at the radar maps and stuff, we could tell where the water was and where it was going. So we pretty much planned our trips to miss all the water, and we did a really good job, except for the last day we got rained on. But we knew we was going to get that. We didn't go to the Grand Canyon because it was raining and snowing up there, and it was going to continue for 2 more days. So I figured, that's kind of a waste of time to go up to the Grand Canyon and sit in a hotel room while it's raining, and be better, more wise to just turn around and go back home, do the Grand Canyon on another day. And I'll jump ahead here and narrate something else. Here you can see the mountain is getting a little more spectacular, mostly because it's close to us, but the actual height is as tall as those mountains you see in the background. I don't know why it was left sticking out here in the middle of the desert, more or less. Must have had some kind of super hard minerals in it or something. That's why it lasted so long. It's kind of sticking up out of the desert. It's of course, a big famous landmark. I'm not surprised that's where the road went by, probably for generations, where everybody knew when you hit that valley to go to the left of the Needle Mountain. I don't know what the name of it is. It's got a name, of course, but I just don't know what it was. And we're getting pretty close to it. This is about where I shot a picture of it. No, it's up here a ways further. Yeah, you can see that it's sort of looking flatter and flatter as we go around the outside of it. It's probably about 5 miles off of the road there. And we're starting to get into some of the roller coaster of the road. Not a lot yet. As we get more up into the foothills, then the road starts getting a little more wavy, roller coaster. right around in this area we started hitting some places where people lived. It's funny, you see these signs on the roads. I'll see if I can point one out. It says watch out for burros or burro crossing or something like that. And there's quite a few of them up there, and those things run wild. There, of course, there's thousands and thousands of them up in hills. And of course, people live in Oatman and they feed them. So, like any wild animals, they hang around where the food is. But I was hoping it wasn't just going to be so completely full of bikes and traffic and everything. It wouldn't be no fun at all. But it wasn't bad. There's plenty of bikes up there, and people stayed an hour or two and left again. And so there was parking, and everybody was friendly, and that was a really good trip up there. I was kind of looking at those clouds whenever we got up there, and I thought, well, we were probably going to get rained on. But the radar showed that it wasn't going to rain there. It was going to blow on past it and then rain. And they were right. We didn't get a drop of water on us up there. And if it hadn't been for all those clouds and stuff, this would have been really hot. As it was just a beautiful day, and probably about 72 degrees. It was a little cooler on the bike, and of course when you stopped it was a little warmer. But there's a lot of little houses and little ranches and things up there. You know, those people have been there forever. And I remember when I was a kid, we used to drive here at 66, and you kind of knew everybody that was out there because, you know, that's old Joe McDonald's ranch there. And my dad would tell me, and I bought a horse from him 20 years ago or something, and we'd drive another 20, 30 miles, and that's old somebody else's house, and you knew everybody. And back when I was a kid, on these roads like this, you wouldn't see another car for another hour maybe. And it was pretty common for people just to be driving down the road, and both of them stopped in the middle of the road and just talk and chew the fat and maybe ask directions or something like that, or ask for water or something. Everybody in the desert carries water. That's one thing that you learn as a little kid, that you don't go anywhere out there without some water because your car break down or something like that, and sooner or later somebody come and get you. Yeah, now we're starting into Oatman, and there's an interesting sign up here. The guy said, "Smile, you're on camera," and he was just sitting there taking pictures of everybody. And we're just now starting to get into the city. Not a lot of cars up there, and most of them were pretty nice. They parked outside of these cars here. They probably lived there, but obviously the guy with the trailer and stuff probably doesn't. But they didn't try to hog all the parking in the little town itself. Here's a guy with a camera. Smile. Never did talk to him. I should have went down there and talked to the guy and see what his story was. Maybe from one of the magazines or something. But I was just amazed how considerate and courteous everybody was. Remind me of when I was a little kid. That's just the way it was. Nobody stole nothing. Nobody locked your doors. Nobody, you gave your word, and that was it, and you always kept your word. And, this is the culture that I grew up in. And they were, even back then there was a few motorcycles, not many. Motorcycle was a rare thing. But I grew up just dearly loving motorcycles and wanted one so bad. I probably wanted one ever since I was 8 years old. And it's not surprising that I'll wind up, there's some of the burros, I'll wind up you know, 50 years later with the state-of-the-art motorcycle, and going back and meeting people that have the same values that I do. You know, most of the guys I talk to are in their 50s or 60s, and they grew up the same age as me. You know, back then, if you're a bad little kid, yeah, anybody could whip you. You know, you were getting somebody's apples or something, well, the apple tree owner come out and give you a spanking, and you hope that was the end of it. Because if he went and told your parents that he spanked you for taking his apples, man, you really got a good one from your parents.
Right here,
even though it was very, very rare that anybody would ever lay a hand on a kid, even when I was small. But it was an unwritten rule that teachers got to spank you, and even total strangers got to spank you if you were doing something wrong, and your parents really wouldn't get mad if they had a good reason. And most likely you'd get 2 whippings. But, you know, you grew up trusting everybody. You knew exactly what the rules were. This was interesting. I just parked the bike there. I had to go up half a block or something. We couldn't park together. And turn it off here. And then I pulled out my little Sony camera, and that's when I started walking around videoing. So I'm going to kill this narration right here.
Yes, they have gunfights and stuff. Looks like we got stocks.
Late night at working man like me. If you ever been on welfare, one place I won't be back working. Monday morning I'm right back with my crew. Drink my beer in a tavern, sing a little bit of these working man blues. Just getting by with 9 kids and a wife. Then I'm working man, getting that all in life. Just keep working. As long as my 2 hands are filled to you. Drink my beer in a tavern, sing a little bit of these working man blues. Ah, here we go.
Part of their antique motorcycle museum. You got some old restored Swin bicycles, bunch of guns, these original knives, more bikes. Oh yeah, old Harleys. These must be 1900s. Now, some of these are really valuable. Back out on the street.
I'll do it again.
Fire department.
Little silver mine up there. I think there's 500 people or something actually live here.
And the kids here still respect the college game. I'm proud to be an kid from my school.
And they sold me some burro food here. It's just pressed hay for $1. So we'll go feed the burros here in a minute.
When it's Bush's turn, he's a Cajun. I want a hamburger. Come home, Jack.
Say please. Say, oh, I want some hay. Say, give me some. Yeah, you want to feed the burro?
I fed him already. He wants my whole bag.
All right. Kiss your honey.
You can't. No.
Oh, Heidi, Heidi. Hello. Oh, yeah. Good.
You're brave. Oh, no? You get down there.
Okay. Whoa, how did you get all this?
A little bit. You go closer.
How'd you get all this?
1, 2, 3.
No, wait. Get down there. Okay.
Do a trick first.
Bite my ass and you didn't tell me.
How you got all that other stuff there?
What's that?
How we got all that. Let's see.
Oh, that's some dog.
I just took 3-4 pictures of you.
I can't believe we lost that.
So you're coming up on the porch right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, take a picture of me with this one.
Looks the same as when it comes out. Straight up the hill.
They're all up here right
Hold
now.
this on me. I'll feed it.
What do you need to do?
Nothing, just running.
It's running?
Yeah.
Okay, get on, Tommy. No, you don't want to get on. Up. I'm not a very good picture taker here.
The thing about video, it don't mean no difference. Yeah, let's walk on over down here. I'm trying to get some video. That's good.
I lived in a house when we had students. He lived in the YMCA.
Found a buddy, huh?
I don't know, he's just following me. I didn't do anything. You gonna come home? You gonna ride, get on the bike? Huh? That's what he wanted.
What's that?
So you've got the food.
You gotta lure them in with food,
Did you
huh?
buy the food
Yeah.
for him somewhere?
Yeah, that place right there, $1 for a bag.
Oh, okay.
It's pressed hay.
Yeah. There you go.
More junk here. Stuff for sale even. Old wheels. Not sure what that is. Some girl walking around with a guy videoing her.
Sorry, guy. You eat already? You're eating already? I'm gonna put this, I'm gonna give you a dog.
That's what I did.
Take a picture.
Huh. Where are you from?
We're from Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania, huh? What brings you out this far?
Just going for a ride.
Yeah.
How about you?
San Francisco.
Oh, okay.
But when I was a kid, I grew up around here.
Oh, did you really?
But when I was a kid, it was just dirt.